In a world where wings are small and sad, one barbecue dares to go big. Real big, spicy and completely out of control. These wings are huge and moist. Smut! We are making the largest hot wings ever attempted. This one alone weighs over 300 grams. For those of you who are metrically challenged, that's over half a pound of flappy meaty glory per flat. Now, we left the drummies behind because the flats is where it's at. And the only prep these need is a rigorous rub down with some paper towel. Make sure it's consensual first. And then flip them all over and give the bellies a tickle too. And then just put them into a large bowl. We all know what's coming next. It's seasoning time, and we're staying classic with this hot wing recipe by using SPG or salt, pepper, garlic. Substance seasoning on board for action. Enemy acquired. Preparing to salt. Enemy advancing. Reloading with pepper. They just won't stop. Finishing off with garlic. Then just move the wings around until they're all seasoned. And then they can just go back into the fridge until we need them. Did you know that seasoning sticks to dry skin better? Science 1, soggy wings 0. Today we're using a 57cm Weber Kettle, and I'm pairing it up with a Kettle cone, also known as the vortex of flavour. Fuel of choice today is Heat Beads coconut briquettes, because we're not afraid of high heat here. And we'll be cooking indirectly with a temp of 240 degrees Celsius and above today. Once the coals are nuclear and the grill's on, we want to put the lid back on, opening all of the vents, and we're going to allow that grill 10 minutes to warm up before we get this wing party started. Today's cook will take 1 hour, or for those of you who love to follow my beer timer, you're looking at a 2-beer cook. 1 hour at 240 degrees Celsius is perfect for rendering out the fat and ramping up the crispiness of these wings. Sort of like unlocking the next level in flavour. And once the grill's hot enough to burn your eyebrows, give it a quick spray of oil. And now we can just start laying the wings around the outer edge of the cooking grill. The kettle cone will push the heat there like a barbecue bouncer. Lid back on and set a timer for 20 minutes. Okay, quick science lesson. The Weber lid vent creates a hot spot. As the cold air flows up through the bowl vents up around our fuel, it is then forced back out through this lid vent. And to ensure you get an even cook, yes, you, I recommend turning the lid a third of the way every 20 minutes during the cook. Think of it like rotating your sunburn for an even crisp. Hot air rises, rotates and caramelizes, unless you forget to turn the lid. Then it just burns. Time check, 20 minutes in. Spin the lid, but don't lift it. Remember, we're cooking wings under there. We want to trap that heat in. Unlike when you fart in an elevator, you want to get that out. 40 minutes down, we're in the crispy end game now. Spin that lid again and grab your spray. We're going to oil up the wings to crank up that skin texture to 11. Quickly lift, spray, and drop the lid like it's hot, because it is. The next step is in 15 minutes. If barbecue like this tickles your brisket, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your meat-loving mates. Oiling the wings near the end of the cook helps the skin blister and crisp up. Sort of like skincare for your wings. We are 55 minutes down into the cook, but how can we call them hot wings if they don't bring the heat? And I despise hot wings that are soggy like they fell in a pool. Instead, we spray ours with Frank's hot sauce. That way you get the kick, but keep the crunch. Quick lift, give them a spray, lid back on, and let them steam away for another 5 minutes. These wings are done. It's time to get them off the heat and relocate them to your face.